Nermit, if you can hear me, please type yes in the chat box. Yes, perfect. Beautiful. All right, welcome everybody. So it's going to be a series of 5 or 6 webinars. And what I'm going to go over with you guys is PerfectMIND. But instead of talking about features and, what exactly our software does, we want to talk about business cases as far as how PerfectMIND can help schools, studios, small businesses to grow their business. Today, what I'm going to cover is dashboard and then contact, and probably we'll have a glance on email as well. Let's start with the dashboard. Before I actually get to the dashboard, let's talk about the basics of a business. If you want to deal with any business, if you want to sell anything to any business, either you should be able to make them money and help them to grow, or you should be able to save them money or help them with efficiency. There is no other way that a business can give you business. Doesn't matter what you sell, you have to be one of those 3 categories. So let's start from the first one, which is growing a business. Growing a business is actually very easy. The formula for the growth is very simple. You need to get leads, you need to get interests. You should be able to convert those leads into students or members. And at the end of the day, you should be able to keep all those students and members. Now, if you are not growing for any reason, you have to be able to look into this formula and see where exactly their problem is. Do you get enough leads? If you get enough leads, what do you do about those leads? What do you do with them? Can you convert them to students and members? If yes, then the only thing that I can think of that doesn't help you to grow is your retention. So you have to be able to be on top of your retention. So keep this in mind during this presentation, because we're gonna go back and reference back to this subject during this presentation. I'll start with the dashboard. Any business owner, doesn't matter how big your business is, they need to know exactly how much money they're processing. They need to know how many clients they have. They need to know the health of their business. Dashboard is an amazing tool which in one glance will show you where your business stands. Let's start with what we have on top left. Number of active students. This will help you to don't think about, I think I have 80 students, I think I have 90 students. No, you can exactly know how many students you have today. And then you know if you had any growth since beginning of the year. If you are not growing, then you need to look into the details and see what the problem is, what exactly you need to do in order to get more leads, if it's a marketing problem, if it's a nurturing problem, if it's a sales problem. But if the first thing is you have to see if you're growing or not growing. You have to be able to know how much you're processing this month. That's the bottom line of any business. You have to know this is the amount of money that comes to my bank account. I can count on this much money. So right on the billing section, our dashboard will show how much processing was happening with PerfectMIND or Champions Way that goes to your bank account. And at the end of the day is overdue. You want to know how much overdue you have, how much delinquency you have. Now, delinquency can have many different reasons. Our system is capable to help with automated reminders and automated collection. 80% of the people who are delinquent, they're all delinquents for 2 main reasons. Reason number 1 is because all the charges are going through their bank account at the end of the month, and they haven't deposited their paycheck. So if you try again and again and again, you have a very high chance to actually be able to process that amount. So our system, PerfectMIND, can easily try up to 5 times to charge their accounts. So finally, that charge goes through. Now, the second part of those 80% are the people who has expired credit card, or they simply get a call from the bank that they have to cancel the credit card because of the fraud activity or suspicious activity. In that case, if our system, when our system try again and again and again, if it doesn't work, simply we'll send an email to the member and let them to update their finance information. and all the charges will go through that. So at the end of the day, there is maybe 1 to 3 students per every 100 students that they need to actually pick up the phone and call them, right? Now, some schools may say, I need to get a collection company to do that, but they don't, because it's not worth it to spend thousands of dollars for only calling 2 people. And calling people, not only you won't get hold of them, but also is going to ruin your reputation in the market. That's if you let other billing company and collection company call them. Now, let's go back to what I talked about earlier, the formula of the growth. The first part of that was number of the leads that you get. You need to you should be able to generate some interest and leads. Now, leads can be from online sources, or can be from referral, or any different marketing or advertising activity that you do on a daily basis. Now, on the top part, the second part of this dashboard, we show you what is going on with your marketing. How many leads you got this month? Now, from this many leads, what exactly your staff did with them? Did they follow up? Did you send them automated email to nurture them, to educate them? So out of that, how many appointments you booked? How many intro 1 and how many intro 2 has been booked? And from those intros, how many new students you got? So you can easily see the path from generating leads all the way to proper follow-up and sales that will take one lead into a person who's interested in intro session, and from intro session all the way to becoming a student. Now, if you would like to set some goals for yourself with PerfectMIND, it is very simple. Let's say your yearly target growth, you want it to be 40%. So when I'm changing this number, please look at the target number right here. As soon as I put that, PerfectMIND automatically shows what exactly your target needs to be. And it shows you if you are on the right track to achieve those goals in order to grow your school or you're not. Now, if you know the fact that your marketing is working, or if you know the fact your marketing is not working, you know what is the first step is. The first step is to create a better online presentation, to create a better marketing channels and advertising channels to generate more interest. Now, if you start creating that many interests, now you need to know what exactly you're doing with those leads. Can you convert them to the students? Let's put that on the side for 1 second. One of the most important aspects of any business is the financial health of the business. At the end of the day, you need to make money. Any business owner needs to make money. So under the financial performances in our dashboard, we can simply show you how you made this much money and where you need to emphasize more and work on more in order to make more money. So from the membership, you sold 35 membership and you made $8,000. You sold 9 products and which were $224. These are the classes and all the other incomes that you have. If you are using Perfect Books, we can easily keep track of your expenses as well. So simply with one glance, with one report that can be come up from any computer and any device, you know how much money is your net income. If you're up or if you're down, if you're on the right track, or you need to increase the revenue from different sources. Now, I'll go back again to the growth formula. We talked about generating leads and how to keep track of that to convert them to appointments and intro and finally students. But at the end of the day, if you get 20 students and you lose 19 students, it doesn't mean anything because it means you're just growing by 1 student. So you definitely need to close the back doors. I think you all agree with me that quitting won't happen overnight. Quitting is a process. Doesn't matter if you're talking about quitting from a relationship, from a friendship, from a job, from a gym. Doesn't matter what it is. Quitting is a process. It's not like you go to bed and tomorrow you wake up and say, you know what, I need to quit. No, that's not like that. It's a process. There are some concerns. There are some objections. Our system is capable to show you some red flags, to know who's about to quit, who has started thinking to quit. And what we call that is ABC non-active rating students. In the ABC rating students, our system will rate the students and your members based on their attendance. So it will simply tell you who's attending enough classes to be an A-graded student, who's attending enough classes to be B, C, and non-active. Before I talk more about this concept, I want to show you how simple it is to set up the ABC rating. And all the user needs to know how simple it is. All you need to do, just for once, all you need to do is just set up your criteria to name a student as A-grade students, B-grade students, C-grade and non-active. For instance, I say whoever attends 7 sessions or more in last 30 days, I call them A-grade students. Whoever is from 5 to 7, I call them B, 3 to 5, C, and less than 3, I call them non-active. Now, that can be different for different schools. That can be different for different programs. It all depends on type of the program and curriculum they're teaching, right? Now, how can you use ABC grading for your retention? It's very simple. Before each class, your instructor has taken a look at or print a report class and know who exactly is A grade, who's B grade, and who's C grade. If a student is A grade, have him on the shoulder. If it's a student is a B grade, make sure to have a chat with them on the mat to see, hey, Johnny, what's going on? You've always been A-grade students. I see that you're not attending enough classes. Is there anything that I can help you? Let them open up with you. Sometimes there's some concern that is not a big deal. By simply talking to them, they can easily open up with you and you can solve those objections and bring them back. If somebody goes to C-grade students, my friend, I can tell you they're 1 or 2 sessions away from quitting, right? So you better jump on that. Now, some of these things can happen automated while you are doing many different things. We'll talk about auto email shortly, and I'll tell you how exactly you can use that in order to keep in touch with your students. Now, with ABC non-active, this has to be an assignment to every single instructor before going to the class, to know all the students by heart, who's A, who's B, who's C, and this is the goal. You need to bring the C-grade students to B, and you need to bring the B-grade students to A. Never approaching students to renew if they're B or C, because that clearly shows they are not engaged with your service. They're not engaged with your class. You have to make sure you bring them to the A grade, then attempt to renew them for a new membership. So, dashboard in one glance will show you what it will take you with any other software for 20 or 30 minutes. If you are lucky to find all this information in one glance, you can find out what is going on at your school, what is going on at your business, and where exactly you need to spend more time and more effort to bring it up to speed. Now, let's move on. Let's go to the contact. Under the contact, we'll keep track of every single individual that you deal with. That individual can be a student, that individual can be a lead, that individual can be a partner. Whoever you're dealing with, you need to keep track of in one. In one section. And what we call that contact. Under the contact, it all depends on type of the business that you're running. You need to keep track of different fields and different pieces of information. I'll start with one contact that is an active member, right? Aaron White. First of all, we are the only system out there that as soon as you click on their contact, you can easily see what type of membership they have with one glance. And we actually we took one step further and we color-coded the type of the membership they have. So if it's green, you know the fact they're active students. If it's gray, it means it's expired or it's canceled. And if it's orange, means it requires some attention, then you need to renew them. Not only that, but also let's say you sell them a membership. And selling membership is the easiest thing that you can do with PerfectMIND. Let's say you sell them a membership. And like any other school owner, you will face with some problem like, I got injured this month, I cannot come to school for 2 months. Or it's summer, we're going on a family vacation. I won't be able to come in 2 months. Hey, can you please put my next payment, can you forfeit my next payment? Or can you freeze my membership? Let's first talk about freezing and forfeiting a few invoices. If somebody forfeit an invoice, it means you are not going to charge any students next month or the month after or any other month. But if you freeze the membership, it means you are going to freeze that membership, but for the length of the membership that has been frozen, it will be added to the end of the contract. Now, instead of going to 10 different pages, we do have the philosophy of everything needs to be done within 3 clicks. It's very simple. All you need to do, click on the membership. These are all the transaction that is in the system. So you can easily see one payment, $150 on August 15th has been completed. Now, whatever you want to do with that is 1 click away. You can refund it or you can print the receipt. The next payment is September 9th. So September 15th. So you can easily go here, process it right away, or you can forfeit it if you have to, or you can print the receipt for them. Now, if somebody walks in and for any valid reason you want to freeze the membership, again, it's very simple. All you need to do is you click on this. Either you can terminate it or you can freeze it. If you freeze it, when would you like to resume the membership? From the same page with 1 click, you can renew the membership. You can easily go here, print the membership. Now, let's say you have multiple style at your school, or let's say you have multiple program at your school, and you want to sell multiple membership. Is it a hard thing to do with PerfectMIND? Of course not. You can easily go here, add a new membership. Adding a new membership, as I said, is the easiest thing that you can do. You can set up all your membership once in the system. And the beauty of the system is, doesn't matter if you have ongoing membership, if you have 6-month, 12-month membership, if you have 5-session pass membership, everything can be done very easily with PerfectMIND. You can easily go here and you want to sell them, okay, well, you want to sell them ongoing Taekwondo. All you need to do, click on this one. You're selling this membership. This is your checkout page. The name of the student is already here. The beauty of this is, if you're a manager or owner and you want to give some discount on the price, you can easily change that to $50 or any other number that you want. If there is some discount that you want to apply, you can easily do that. Now, sometimes when a student walks into the door, they are hyped up, they want to sign a contract, but they don't want to start right away because they're going on a trip. That's not a problem. Get them money while they have it in their hand. You can easily pay anytime you want, and you can activate the membership in a later day. So that makes it very simple with our system. Whatever membership whatever down payment you want to charge, you can easily do that. Now, this is the pay later, pay now. If there is any down payment system, it's going to show the pay now option, so you can charge them right away. If it's pay later, whenever you want to start charging them, you can pick the date. Whatever the payment type is, cash, credit card, you can fill up the form. If the finance information is already in the system, everything will be pre-filled. You can go to cash. You can complete the transaction. When you complete the transaction, now right from this page, you can print the receipt, send them a receipt, or print the agreement. Very simple. Now, you can also directly from the same page, you can book them in any of the classes that you want right from the same page. As I said, everything is being done within 3 clicks. Now, let's go back to the contact and talk about more details in the contact. We'll go now, when we go back, you can see the second membership has been added for this member. Under the general information, you keep track of all the information that you need from this person. Now, the more information that you have, it will come handy for you when you want to do marketing. If you have birthday, you can send them automated email for their birthday parties to build a relationship. You can easily set up your perfect scan in a way if somebody walks in to sing a happy birthday song for them. So many different cool things that you can do with PerfectMIND. Under the contact information is very straightforward. Keep track of all the information that you need. Under the school information, many of these fields will be filled and basically filled with PerfectMIND automatically. Enrollment date, if there is any missed payment. Belt size. Belt size is a major frustration for school owners when it gets to testing and promotion. They need to know how many of the belt in different sizes they need to order. So if you keep track of the belt size for every individual, later on when you want to do the testing, it makes it very easy for you to know exactly how many belts for what size you need to order. If there is any medical condition on your class report before each class, it will show you John Smith has a knee injury, so you know exactly what you need to do with the students. When is the last purchase date? What is the main interest? Now, would you like to send a marketing collateral about the self-defense to somebody whose main interest is after-school program? Of course not. So the more information you store in the system, it will help you better to market them in a right way, to communicate them in a way that is effective, and it can engage them into a conversation. Our system will keep track of all the attendance. Now, attendance, there are many different ways to keep track of attendance with our system. You can easily get a scanner and give the membership card or a keychain with your logo on one side and the barcode on the other side. So any students walks in, they can easily scan in and walk in. That's one way. The other way, you can have a station on the front desk, and your front desk, they can easily attend every single person who's walking to the class. Lastly, you can have an iPad on the class and pull up the class report very easily. You can attend every single person on that. But at the end of the day, you need to keep track of the attendance. That will help you to know what is the attendance rating for each student. So this student is A grade. So I know the fact this person won't quit. I know the fact this person is engaged. I know the fact I can use this one as testimonial and many other things that you can use with ABC rating. You also know when was the last promotion date and when is the next promotion date. We'll talk about testing shortly. Under the marketing, PerfectMIND will keep track of every single channel that is introducing you the lead. So you know exactly each of the member, where they're coming from, right? That will help you at the end of the month. You know exactly where to invest money to get the most results. Now, when they become lead, when they become students. Under that, you can keep track of all the rank and promotion. We'll talk about this shortly. Under the schedule, you can see all the classes that have been booked, all the activities between anybody from your school and that student. That can be a simple phone call. That can be somebody walked in. Why is it good to keep track of these? Many different reasons. What if one of your employees quit? What if you want to fire one of your employees? If all the information is in their mind and in their head, sorry, man, you're losing so much because you have no idea what is going on after they leave, and you will be hostage. Now, by keep track of every single activity in the system, you can easily know what is going on with each student. If somebody come in and they caught you off guard and start complaining and complaining and complaining, you can easily search for their name in PerfectMIND, pull up the record, and see what is going on, get updated with all the record and do what needs to be done. Also, you can keep track of all the attendance record for that contact. Every single email that goes out, even if it's an individual email or a mass email, doesn't matter what it is. One copy will be recorded under every single person. You will be, if they opened it, if it was unsubscribed, if it was bounced back. That will help you to understand who's listening to you. That's going to help you to understand who's watching you and who's interested in your product and services. Now, under the finance information, you can have as many finance information as you want. You can have one of them as active finance information, so any new purchase they want to do automatically goes through that. All the automated will go through that. If also you can relate different contacts in PerfectMIND, meaning if you have a parent who's bringing 3 kids at your school, you can easily connect these contacts. So if one of them is absent, you can talk to the other one. If there is any problem with one, you can talk to the other one, and you know which family is spending the most money with you. So we can easily relate one contact to the other contact. Now, when I go back to the contact, sometimes you don't want to see all the contacts. You want to filter them out based on different criteria. There are some lists right here, so you can see based on different criteria. And if you want to create your own list, it's very simple. Any field you want, you can define, put any condition as you want, put anything you want as a column, and as soon as you save it, you can easily see that list from now on, so you don't have to go through everybody. That will be filtered out. If you want to change the fields, it's as easy as just moving them around. The system, as I said, it's been designed based on simplicity, so any business owner, small business owner can use it, and you don't have to go through 100 trainings in order to get ready. Now, let's talk about testing. If you talk to a school owner, a martial arts school owner, testing is one of their main frustration. Testing is something that if you can help them with, they will love you. But before you helping them, you need to understand the concept of the testing and how testing works. Different school has different criteria. Different school has different ranking and different belts, and also some has a stripe, some don't, right? So the first thing is we need to define for each program that they have, what is their belt order, and if they have a stripe or they don't have a stripe. Right? So for example, if you go to the kickboxing, you know, like in this program, these are the belts that they need to go through it. Now, some of the schools, they need to have a stripe as well between each rank. A stripe and rank and belt is what makes martial art more successful than other industries like yoga, because there is a goal. There is a short-term goal and there is a long-term goal for students to come back. So you always know why are you going back to the school, just because you want to achieve the next rank, because you want to achieve the next stripe. So mostly in 99% of the schools, there are 3 different criteria in order to have somebody qualified to be tested for the next rank or next stripe. Either there is number of the session that they need to attend between rank A and rank B. For example, you say you need to attend minimum 20 classes. Or you're going to say there should be minimum 120 days between the rank A and rank B. Some other school says a combination. By why combination? Because what if Keith get his yellow belt and there is 120 days that he needs to pass in order to get to the orange belt, but he get injured or he goes on a vacation for 3 months. He comes back and he only can train 30 days. But it doesn't mean that he's ready to be an orange belt. Or let's say somebody needs to attend 20 session or 40 session. So he attend the first 15 session, then he get injured. He won't be available for a month and a half, 2 months, then he comes back. If you just want to go based on number of the session, you should be able to test after 5 sessions. But you as an instructor know the fact that he or she is not ready for that test. So there are many schools that use the combination and say they have to attend minimum 20 session, 40 session within 120 days. So with our system, you can easily define if you want it to be by time, if you want it to be by attendance, or you want it to be a combination of both. As soon as you define your situation, then you can easily go back into each rank and define if you have any stripe between this one and the other one. If yes, what are the requirements? Now, we have a ready and almost ready. What is the difference between ready and almost ready? Let's say John starts today, and then Keith will start 3 days from today. And Bryce will start a week from today on the same level. Now, they all need to go through 120 days in order to be ready for the next test. So, of course, Keith will be ready a week before everybody else, and then will be John, and then will be Bryce. Now, every single school, most of the school, they have a monthly testing, and they want to have everybody in that rank all together, and the master instructor or the instructor will test them to go to the next rank. It doesn't really make sense to have a separate event for these 3 students just because they started a week apart. So we'll say, in PerfectMIND, we'll show you who's ready for the next test. So if 120 days is required to go from belt rank A to B, let me know 90 days after. So I have 30 days to put all the students in the same list. Same thing with the attendance. If there is, let's say, 25 sessions is required from A to B, now let me know after 20 sessions, because all these 3 people who started in different time, it will show up in my report. And I can easily look at my report and say, okay, this student is ready, but this student, based on what I see, is not ready, and I can push it to the next one. So our system can easily show you who's ready for the test. You know how many people are coming, and you can use all these great things in order to automate your system. At the test, all you need to do, you need to go to the rank promotion. First of all, you go on the belt order. You find, you find all the tests that you have in this month or this year, and then you can easily know how many belts you need to order for what size. Also, you're going to go to promotion this month, and you can see who's ready for the next rank, what is the current rank, and what is the date. Based on this, you can easily know and expect how many people in your classes. Not only that, you may see some of the students who are not ready for the test, and you can push it for the next ranking. So testing is very important to explain very well to prospect and clients, because sometimes we need to show them why our business is good. Talking about features in the system that we have contact, we have this, we have that, it won't help. You need to talk in terms of benefits. You need to talk how this system will help them to either grow or save time or save money or have a more efficient way to run their school. We need to talk. We are the consultants who've done this for many different schools, and now it's time for us to share our experience, how this system works for other people, and how you can use this system and use the business philosophy to explain every single feature in the system. Now, today I covered contact, I covered dashboard, and also I covered testing and ABC rating. The very last thing that I'm going to cover today is the email application. There are many email application, marketing email application out there that people can use. There are Constant Contact, it's MailChimp, and they're great softwares. However, we do have a few advantages into them that is going to life very easy for all the people. Now, let me go one step back and talk about the marketing email application in general for the people who are not using anything today. With the marketing email application, you can send mass emails, you can send newsletters, you can send promotion to all the leads, or you can send the promotion to all the clients, or you can send the promotion to all the prospects. Now, Constant Contact and all the other marketing email application, they are only marketing application. Now, if you want to get a list, you need to go into your database, whatever database you're using, export the list, bring it back. And every single time you want to send an email to the client, you need to export import, just because what if somebody has been added to your student list yesterday? That's one thing. The other thing is you cannot connect them with your database to send automated emails. Now, with our email, not only you can send individual emails, you can easily search for the name of the students, and the name will come up. You can pick and send an the individual email. Also, you can send a mass email to a group of people. The group of emails, some of the list has already been designed and made for you, for clients ready here. Now, if you would like to send any emails to any list, you don't need to import and export. Just define who you want to send your email to, and our system automatically will do that. Let's start with an example. Let's say you want to send a pinky, girly email to every single female who joined your school today, right? So all you need to do, you go to the contact and say whoever became a student today and whose gender is female. Now, a few things are happening here. Number one, we do have a smart list and dynamic list, meaning because you define today, this list will be updated automatically by the system every single day. Because when a student is joining today, it won't be in this list tomorrow, but it will be in the list today. So here is one advantage. Since it's already connected with the system, you can go crazy and define any rule that you want. Send the email to all the prospects, send an email to all the new clients, send an email to every single person who missed a class, send an email to every single person who's delinquent, send an email for birthday parties. You name it, we'll do it. Any information that you have stored in the system, you can call those information in your email application, define it, and filter your list, and define it only once. System will send that email automatically for you without you doing anything. That's not it. When you send a mass email, the last thing that you want to see is everybody feels that you send a mass email. You hate that. You never open that email. You need to personalize that email. Now, with Constant Contact and all the other email application, you can put the first name, last name, and very minimal information on email subject and the body. However, with PerfectMIND, again, go crazy. Put any information you want. I can easily go here and say hi, and then go here and search for the first name and ask the system to put the first name of every single contact on the topic. And then here, say thanks for becoming our student on, and then ask system to put the date of when they became a student right here. Now, go crazy. The last purchase date, last attendance date, their birthday, anything you want to do, you can put it in the email. So if you're sending an email to 200 people, system will go individually in every single record and pull all this information, add it to the email, send it to them. Now imagine when they open an email, what feeling they get. They feel you actually sat down and wrote that email for them. Now you are building relationship. That's how you can improve your customer service. That's how you can take your retention to the next level, by building relationship with your clients, with your students, with your members. With PerfectMIND, you can send simple email, or if you are a very professional designer, you can easily code HTML. If you're not a designer, but you always wanted to have a professional design, that's not a problem. We already designed some templates for you. You can easily go here, pick the templates, and define it anyhow you want it. You can make it automated, so anytime you want the email goes out, as I said, you define it only once, and the system sends it automatically. Now, you know and I know today is a social media day, meaning everybody's on the social media. You have to make it easy for all your recipients to share your content on all the social media channels. By simply turning on the social sharing button, the recipient will receive, when they receive an email, on top they have option to share your content on all the social media channels. So by doing that, you will penetrate into their network, and you have a greater chance to get free leads that you haven't done any marketing, and your happy members are doing the marketing for you. At the end of the day, all you need to do, you need to go to the report. Under the marketing report, you need to look at the email summary and email results, and you see how many people opened the email, how many people didn't open the email. Now, by doing that, you can measure your content. You can see if your content is good enough for people to open it up. Now, even with our marketing email application inside the system, you can even send different email for different people based on the page of the website they're coming in. You can say, I want to send the content about kickboxing for the people who's interested in kickboxing program. Nowadays, the sales has been changed to edu-selling, meaning you need to educate people on the benefits of your service. Now, you don't want to send a generic email to everybody. You want to send an email for a content based on their interest. So with our email application, you can easily define different rules that this can go out to all your members, that can go out to all your prospect, or only to prospect who's coming from a specific page of your website, and educate them on what they're asking information for. That's it for today. We covered dashboard, contact, testing, ABC rating, and email. Now, if anybody has any question, just type it in the chat box, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Okay, it seems there is no question. So we'll arrange the next training, probably will be on Monday or Tuesday. If you have any question on these topics, please let me know, and please go play with the system and try to convince yourself, not on the future, on the benefits of the future from a business point of view, not from a training point of view. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll talk soon.